If you want to hear about the little known tricks how to boost your Amazon KDP books sales, then stay with me. Hello, my name is Agnes Glogowska and I am a content creator on YouTube, and one of my favorite subjects are KDP books. I create quite a lot of them, and I know the busy season is coming. It's called Q4. That's why it's a great opportunity for all of us KDP sellers to really boost our sales. Before we dive into our main topic, which is tips and tricks how to boost your Amazon KDP sales, especially in Q4, please hit the like button and subscribe for future videos like this, because I keep upload my new videos every single week. So, as we know, Q4 is coming, so if for those of you who don't know what Q4 is, it's the fourth quarter of the year. So it covers 3 months, October, November and December, so 3 months, and they are the busiest months of the year in relation to sales because of the holidays that go on in the last quarter of the year. Like we have holidays such as Halloween, Thanksgiving, and of course Christmas. So if we talk about holiday season, we talk about time spent together with family. Kids are off from school, most of the parents as well are off or get their holidays for the time when the kids are at home to spend the time together. So for that reason, first of all, any type of themed KDP books will sell brilliantly here. I'm talking about Halloween, let's say activity books or Halloween coloring books, Halloween mazes, Halloween some spooky fun activities. That are all type of books that will do brilliantly. But if we talk about, let's say, coloring or activity books, we can't forget about adults. Don't get misled. Some adults are equally childish as young kids, and they need to be entertained, and those kind of activity books need to be created as well because there is a demand for them. The same is in relation to Christmas books, any coloring books or dot-to-dot books or dot marker books. Dot marker books are the books where you basically have your picture colored but leave just empty big circles to put exactly the same color, which is somewhere around those circles to match basically the color. They are mostly directed to younger audience like toddlers and kind of kindergarten or early school children basically. So definitely theme books, that's one of the main tips to boost your sales. If you are in a completely different niche than let's say coloring books or dot-to-dot books or any kids books, don't create completely books from a different niche. It's the most important to become an authority in your niche. So that's the tip number 2. It's better to just create a couple of selling books in one niche or even a sub niche than add multiple books from completely not even related niches. I believe that this idea has as well influence on the search results of our KDP books, and people go back to you if they like your books, if they buy one of your books and they like it. And it's good to have more of the same or similar products. Let's say if you sell, okay, let's stick to that kids books. coloring kids books for age, let's say 2 to 6. If you create your KDP books in that niche, they are coloring books for younger audience, then stick to them, and parents will know, okay, this is the seller for KDP, for coloring books for younger kids, so next time I will go ahead and buy 3 different coloring books of him. That's the best idea, even to make your customers to remember you for the future. They will basically go back to that purchase that they've done and find you easier, because they will already have your name on the receipt, let's say, and will be able to view more of your products, which will be in the same niche. So that's a really sales boosting idea to become an authority in your particular niche. It's better to be an authority in one niche than basically create a bit of everything. In relation to tip number 3, I want to mention here a feature that is available on a KDP platform when we upload our books, but we very often underestimate that feature and forget about it. But basically, it can really boost our sales, and this is serious. If we, let's say, release one KDP book and it becomes a very good seller, there should be we should create a series of the same books. We always, that's the technique to scale up sales, just create more of this what is already selling. So if there is a book that is selling very well, then you must create a series of the same book, basically the same title. So basically you must create the series of those books. Second book or third book, fourth book, created in the same style, in the same way, because if people like your first book, they will go back and will know that, okay, this guy has more of those books and I like book number 1, so I will definitely enjoy more of his books, so I will go back and get book number 2 because it will be just the continuation of the first book. So that's how we boost our sales as well, just by creating a series of our bestsellers. And then here we come to tip number 4, which is creating bundles. If we have 2 books that are selling very well, let's say there is book A and book B, of course it's good to create a series of them, so we can create, let's say, another kind of similar to book A and another kind of similar to book B. So then we have 4 books, but what we can do, we can create bundles of those books, and let's say create a bundle of book A and book B because they are already selling very well, they are in the same niche, so people will go for that bundle. So it's good to create a bundle of your best sellers, and then you will have, let's say, you've been already selling 4 books, and when you create the bundle, that will be kind of 5th option, and then you can create the bundle from the copy of A and the copy of B, so that will be another bundle, so 6 different options to offer. If you're already enjoying this content, don't forget to hit the button and subscribe, because there will be more videos like this coming every single week. And remember, if you want to find out more about how to create KDP books, how to create them using free software like Canva, and using other softwares that I recommend, go ahead and check the links in the description, because you will find there the tools that I use and definitely recommend. Tip number 5 is, of course, the feature again that we use when we upload KDP book, which is a correct category. I know it is very confusing sometimes, and we spend literally loads of time trying to figure out what's the best category for our KDP book, especially if we create it in kind of weird or not that popular niche. And for that reason, I strongly recommend the software that I use on daily basis. And without, I can't imagine even creating my KDP books, which is BookBolt. BookBolt will tell you exactly what category you should use. So it will show you exactly the list from starting from the most important category for this particular book and go on, with other categories, so you can choose. But I always go from the first top 2 suggestions that I found on a BookBolt. Basically, BookBolt will help you so much to create your book covers. You will always have your book covers sizes correct. That's the major advantage, as well as for me when I was starting. It was very confusing and time consuming to create a really proper size of my book cover, while here I don't have to worry about that at all. Plus, I can literally legally spy on my competition and get to know their keywords and all the most important stuff that I would need to know when creating my KDP book. Literally, I can see which books are selling and which books I should create my own better version of the same book. I know there are some videos on YouTube in which YouTubers advise you to go ahead and create and add your KDP books into very weird kind of and unusual categories, but to be honest, it is not what Amazon policies recommends, because to be honest, Amazon is always about excellent customer experience. In my opinion, that would be against Amazon's policy, because it would be very confusing for a customer to find, let's say, coloring book, kids coloring book in, let's say, moving home category. It's very misleading, and I would say it's not providing good customers experience, at least on Amazon. So it's risky. You might try. I know some people have good results from this, but it's against kind of Amazon's policy. So be careful if you would like to go ahead this way. I always recommend stick to the categories that BookBolt recommends. And by the way, if you want to try a BookBolt for free, the pro version of BookBolt for free for the whole month, click the link in my bio. I can guarantee you, if you try the pro version, you will not want to resign from it, because it's so helpful. And the same with Canva. I know Canva is a brilliant free tool, but I don't know if you noticed recently, but more and more images or other stuff that normally used to be free on Canva is restricted to pro account. And for me, if you think about selling Amazon KDP books on day-to-day basis, being kind of a graphic designer, Canva is a must-have. It's a must-have, and definitely everyone who is serious about about KDP business should have a pro account. If you want to try Canva's pro account again for 30 days, for the full month, then go ahead and click the link in my bio. And again, as well, I can guarantee you, you will not regret it. And here we come to the last tip, tip number 6. Because we talk about the very busy season, which is the last quarter of the year, we must take into consideration the fact that there will be a lot of customers on Amazon, and because there will be bigger traffic, other sellers are aware about it as well, and that means that there will be needed more advertisement. More advertising is definitely something what you should think about in the last quarter of the year, because definitely other sellers will be doing it. If you think about from what amount you should start, I would recommend you to start from 20 cents. I'm sure advertising will help you boost your sales. It always does. So get ready. There will be more spending for you, but I'm sure that spending will bring you more income at the same time, and you will earn far more. And then the more sales you will get, the better your rankings of your books will be, and that will all together help your account, help your sales for the longer run, not only Q4. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and all those tips will help you to boost your sales in the last quarter of the year. Now it's the time to get ready, so don't waste the time. Take into consideration all the tips that you heard today and get started. Remember, if you want to try free BookBolt Pro account and free Canva Pro account, the links are in the description. And I strongly recommend you to joining my free private Facebook group, where I upload the latest tips and tricks and news. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.